My Gavanan Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Adakir Galadirthan, and welcome back to Enedwaith. As we continue on, we are so close to achieving victory in our Enedwaith campaign, and it is my hope that in this week to come, which only has a couple of Enedwaith videos, we may well actually see the end of Enedwaith. But if after these two videos we still have some more conquests to do, then I think I will probably live stream the last episode of Enedwaith at the weekend, just so that it's not Wood Elves back to back. So what are we up to then? Well, we've got an army up in Coloniac dealing with Dunland. We're going to take down Dunland's last city and at least hold that for our own. We are continuing to press against Dunland in various places, but we were also attacked by Moria here in Bairig, so we're going to hit them and take that. I had hoped to move out and finish Rohan off, but in essence I don't really want to fight Rohan anymore, and all they've got left is Enedwaith, which Mordor is almost certainly going to deal with. Mordor is now my ally, so we've got no threat coming from the east other than Rohan. So as you can see, I've bolstered up the garrisons of Edoras and Ginyard, and I'm just going to leave Rohan to it. Our attention will now turn north. We will take Moria's ridiculous attempt at reclamation back and claim Bairig for our own, and we will also bring Yernan back in once Dunland falls. For Dunland only has Coloniac left, and we are going to bring about its demise. In a one turn, our siege equipment will be ready. We've got various forces moving north to try and merge all of our armies and create strength from nothing. And I think we're going to get our primary regions from Moria. So we have 20 regions and we need 5 more. We're going to get 2 more in a moment, so we only need 3 more regions, which I think can be Eregion, can probably be Hollin, and thereafter I don't know because Khazad-dûm have taken back Khazad-dûm. So we'll have to try and see who our last one will be. Maybe we could take Rohan then in a last glorious stand. But for now, we're ending the turn, so let us end the turn. Something that I didn't verbally say in the announcement video yesterday, which will be in the cards at the end of this video, so you can link to it easily. But it's also just the video uploaded immediately before this, so you should see it anyway. In the announcement, obviously, I mentioned I'm no longer going to be the head of DaC, and I'm no longer really going to do any modding for DaC. I will be more of a sort of lore consultant and PR department. So I will still do all of these videos for DaC, and we'll still create videos for DaC as and when they want, and I'll probably contribute in some DaC discussion. So I'm not completely disappearing, but I'm just not really going to do any work for DaC anymore that's not video related. But also, just as a minor point, I shut down Patreon as well. So thank you to everyone who has given money over the years on Patreon. But Patreon just never really felt right to me, and it just felt like now was a good time to do it. So Patreon has gone as well. So if you previously gave money on Patreon, that's no longer a feature. Those of you who join my YouTube channel now will still get the recognition that you get on YouTube. So if you ever appear in the live streams, we're going to lose that unit. If you ever appear in the live streams, you get a little symbol next to your name, and that will all still remain. But there isn't a rank on Discord anymore that is for the benefit of those who have contributed financially to Patreon or to YouTube. So that recognition of it has gone, and obviously there won't be any rewards anymore because there's nothing to be rewarded for. But if you do wish to join on YouTube, obviously you can. But just note that in doing so, whilst you will donate money to me specifically, you won't. There's no kind of recognition for that beyond a little icon next to your name on live streaming. So do really seriously consider if you actually want to do that before you do it, because there's not much to show for it. So that's just something to watch out for and note. Right, many of our troops are moving where we need them to. Is Rohan? I think what I might try and do is wait and see if Mordor can actually beat Rohan's last settlement down, drop the garrison down, and then when the time is right, jump in and steal it from them. There's nothing like killed stealing, and it's always wonderful when you do it against the AI. Oh look, you got 4 more of your elites. Oh, nice. But that army doesn't really need them. Oh, it could use them actually. What have you got? 1 of each type. We could replace something in there with them then, can't we? What about... No, I'd quite like to have... Let's take that Leoden Spearman unit away and add them standard units. There we are. So they can come down and join this sort of secondary anti-Moria army that we're building. Right, the turn has passed. Let's take Bairig back, and then we can nip over and hit Nag Rat. Oh, that's just not worth fighting, is it? That is just not worth fighting, he says. And then the auto-resolve is going to shaft us like no tomorrow. No, 36. Yeah, fantastic. Just occupy it. It was ours for a long time. Right, there we are. There's our enemy standing north of our land. What's the retraining on you all like? Oh, too long. We won't bother, but we will build a military garrison. We're going to need to leave someone behind as well, aren't we? You guys, come over and become the garrison. And the rest of you... Oh, no, that Moria army's going to hit me now. Bugger. Bugger. Right, we've got Byrig. Then let's do the battle that really matters. Oh, no, let's wait one more turn and get them in. They've got 6 turns till it falls, so that's fine. Yep, so end the turn again. So for my own part, as I say, YouTube will be totally unaffected by the announcement, and I am still absolutely, when I'm able, going to do some sort of play around with Rome remaster and have a look and see what we could then hopefully expect from a Med 2 remaster. Because I'm still very keen on a Med 2 remaster, whether or not the team decide to port DaC onto it or not. That decision will now not be made with I will now not make that decision. That will be for the team to decide. But, of course, at the moment we don't even know if Med 2 Remaster is coming, but I feel very, very confident that it will. And so I'm eager to get my hands on Rome and just to have a little look around and see what can be done. And that I will still do. In fact, I think I should have access to Rome any day now. I can't remember what the day was. No, thank you. No generals required. Oh, look at these cheeky bastards. What on earth do you think you're doing?
As you command.
Come back here so I can kill you. There is no such thing as an Ionian nerve grip. Now stand still while I hit you. They're going to need someone else because they weren't happy with just the Fowler, were they? Have you got any room? No. There's some good units there that we could do with putting in your army, though. Oh, I can't move anyone out of that army at the moment anyway. So just stand in the town for now, and we'll build an army out of... Well, we'll build 2 armies out of all of these that are coming up. We definitely... The replenishment of Enedwaith definitely needs to be dropped down. It's just way too quick. Although, interestingly, those are now at 9. Curious. Oh, you can upgrade. Oh, yes, please. Nice. Welcome. Anywhere else that I've missed? Dunland, Byrig? No. Athelmore's as big as it will be. Pile? No. Oh, you can build me roads, though. Yes, please. You're building a militia garrison as well. You really don't need that. Don't bother with that. Just chuck in all the other stuff. Bad at Vin, you can get some bits and bobs. Fisherman's Guild House, yes please. You will come in, and you can be built. Structures galore. This might be the very first campaign where we actually win properly. Don't count your chickens though, but I am hoping by the end of this week we will have won this campaign legitimately. And not got to a point where we know we've won and then just cheated to do the final bits. I will just do another faction vote, if I'm honest, as to what replaces... Look how many generals they've got. Goodness gracious. I'll do a faction vote as to what replaces Enedwaith. There aren't any factions that are ready yet in DaC, I'm afraid. And the new team members obviously all came on only yesterday, so I don't think much is going to change in the immediacy within this first week. But we shall see. Maybe. Just maybe. Alright, start deployment. Here we are. This is a Wildman town. You're all very familiar with these towns. Angmar uses this town model as well, but with darker buildings. We've brought as many siege towers as we can, but which way is the best way? If we come up there, you have to slog up a single path. It does diverge, though, once you get past that main point. This one is a real slog. It's the closest to the town square, I think, in terms of raw distance, but it is arguably the hardest to take. Whereas, annoyingly, the one at the back is probably the best, because it instantly splits into 2 paths, so you don't have to slog. Once you've made it through the gate, you can diverge, but this one you've got to fight up that hill. And this one you've got to fight up that hill. So all of them, it's the lesser of 3 evils, really, isn't it? In the service, one must always choose the lesser of 2 evils. I'm tempted to just... Oh, no, but the slog one... No, don't take the slog one, that's stupid. Take this one. We can at least split once we climb that hill there. So, we've got... You're going to take the gate. And the towers aren't really worth it in Med 2, to be honest. But it creates something of a spectacle, and I would be remiss if I didn't actually use them. But are you the 4 that we want on them? No. Anything that throws, we don't... Oh, we don't have anything aggressive, really. Those 2 are aggressive, but yeah, tell you what, you come off of that and go on a tower and move forward. You're going to go on the left. We probably only need 2 towers, really. Let's send the Cosantori, actually. You can go on that one. Can someone take that one as well? Do we want to bother taking that one as well? Yeah, might as well. Might as well. Billman, Spearman. Come over on that right-hand side. And who did I put on the... Oh, it doesn't really matter who goes on the ram. Oh, can you not take it? No, you can't. Right, where's the other spearman? We don't have another spearman. Very well. We'll send guardsmen. Okay, and then we've got some archers. We've got quite a nice little army here, actually, haven't we? Yeah, nice little display. Archers, stand you ready. Fire at what you will. Leoden Billman, you're going to go in behind the siege. And then we've got everything else. Oh, look, another archer that I've missed there. Ho ho! Come and stand here in my armies. You guys don't run away. And then anything that throws a thing, come and join together. We've got Enedwaith guardsmen now. Finest javelineers that we can muster. Cavalry will be little to no use, so you go and sod off at the back. Just make sure no one shoots you. And we'll chuck the general in with the army there. Alright. Let's do it. Onward. For Enedwaith and glory, we march. In honour's name, we march. For the duty of the clans. Leoden Billman, you stand alone. You're going to go through the gate once it's down. Let's get yourselves over there. And that's everyone. Right, let's do this. Standing before us is most of the enemy army. Chieftain's bodyguard. We're going to have to go through a lot of Chieftain's bodyguard, I'm afraid, because they've got 6 generals. But we can do it.
Towers are at the walls.
Oh, and they've run out
Nowhere to hide now.
With the bodyguard. Hit them, hit them, hit them. Leodan. Stand still. Defensive mode. Kosantori. Oh, Enedwaith guardsmen, sorry. Run away and let the javelins and axes just ruin those bodyguards that have come through the door.
Our siege towers have reached the walls. Now the butcher's work.
The towers are on the walls where we do not actually meet with... Oh, there's a few Eisenbach axemen over there, but nothing severe. Those bodyguards are getting massacred by standing in that doorway. Down to 35. Oh, they're coming around to try and hit us on the siege tower. Are you serious? Billman. No, stand still. There's more coming. There's more coming. Hit them.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Yes, nice. And as they bring more and more through, we're just getting more and more javelins thrown at them. It's turning into a massacre. 20% of the enemy has died already through their stupidity. They filter out into this square of death that we've set up. Look how many javelins are stuck on the siege ram. The siege ram's actually giving them quite a lot of cover, really, isn't it? It's disappointing. I think the time has come. Those able to march forth will do so. Oh, Eisenbach axemen have climbed onto the wall. Oh, where they are, smashing the coast end. Run in. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. No, don't climb the siege towers. Let's come out of time 6. Let's run through. Just run through the gate, please. Thanking the...
We've captured the enemy's wall.
In we go, in we go, in we go, in we go, in we go. Come on, guys. Just run through. There's like 1 unit standing in the gate. Can't move them all as a group because then they go about it in weird ways. You have to sprint them through individually. Who actually is still fighting them at the gate there? I don't think anyone is. I'm not really sure what's going on. Alright, let's tilt her up a bit. 3 of you are going to go that way. 3 of you are going to go that way. And you can go that way.
General lies dead.
Ah, the actual general has died. Don't know which one that is, but one of them is dead. How did you guys do? Ah, those Eisenbach axemen are running. I'm really not sure what's making them caught up at the gate there. They're not even fighting anymore. Come on, just sprint through. Just sprint through, you bastards. And why are you not sprinting through? I double-clicked. They are slowly coming through, but slowly is the operative word. Jesus. Oh, routing an Eisenbach axeman. Oh, there's one man. Can you see that little dot there? one annoying little thorn in our side. 2 enemy generals have died. Right, you guys are now moving up. You can just charge into them. The general will move in, and then you guys can throw your javelins and whatnot. Right, and the rest of you over here, come and hit these Mordag skirmishers. They're using our own skirmishers against us. How dare they? How absolutely dare they? Push your line through, protect the general. There we go. Angren Raiders. They're not Angren Raiders, but they still talk like they are. Let's go, let's go, let's rock and roll. Hey, come on now. Let's get the show on the road. Here we go. I know that many of you will disagree with me on this, and it's wholly unrelated to what we're doing, but I think Grease 2 is a really enjoyable film. There's some Wildman defenders in there. We knew that they were going to have those. There's some traitorous Mordag skirmishers feeling their own javelins fly back at them. Fan-bloody-tastic. We stand ready for the clans. What the hell goes it over here? Ah, the Leodan are coming up.
Our general lies slain
Oh,
upon
bugger, our general died. He's the only one as well. I did think that we'd push the guardman through enough to save him, but apparently not. Dunland have a much better bodyguard than we do. Infinitely better bodyguard than we do, really. So it's not surprising to see that they've managed to best us. Oh, archers. I don't know why I've not been using you more. Come and get involved. Oh, another general has died.
Very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
You can all just charge in, and you can now surround them. Although you might be able to flank, like, fully round. Yeah, nice. Right, so they're completely cut off, they'll die, and then there's just a collection of... Chieftain's bodyguards are good because of one key feature. They're effective against armor, of course. There's a big old slog in front of them there to get them killed off. Don't think we lost too many, did we? 34%, that's not bad for a siege. Always take losses in a siege, it's inevitable. An inevitability. But this siege doesn't... None of these sieges really matter. We can retrain all the losses we take now. Enedwaith is the powerhouse of Middle-earth and shall be the saviours. Although we are fighting for the side of evil, so saviours is maybe the wrong word. Our archers are all in position now. It is now just a slog to the last.
Our men are in command of the castle.
There we are. And the hordes all come in. This is all that really remains. These last few Wildmen defenders. And there's someone over there. Another general still fights on. Hello there, old chap. Completely surrounded. And he's dead. And it's over. Yes! 848 people died. Jesus, no wonder the AI was getting massive advantages in the Elsa result. 168 kills, Mordag skirmishers. We did lose Iarnan though, which is a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. We'll still take the win as a win. Happy with that. I think that is Dunland's last province. So the game's going to pause for a brief moment now while it thinks about what to do with their destruction and demise. And well, but all that will really mean is they've only got one region, so it should just be a simple little message.
In your name, my lord.
Resistance is futile, faction destroyed. There we go. And it's ours. Dunland are done. And I wiped everyone out, though I didn't really need to because they share the same culture as us, so they actually quite like us, but it doesn't matter. We need 6,000 to become a stronghold. Jeez, that's a lot. Right, of the troops, let's pull basically everyone out. Where are you heading? You're going down to Dunrak as well. Are we able to attack at the end of the turn? No. Just look, we've got fools moving in on Athamor over here as well. We need to get the army over to Austin and Thiel, but what we can do with this army is... Can we find it a general? Yes. Sion, I know you've been the governor of Athamor for some time, but we don't really need you to do that. So, if you would be so kind as to lead the Koloniak army. We'll leave behind those 2 units coming in from there, actually. Yeah, so just send the lot. What the hell? What's our relationship like with the Northern Dunedain, actually? Do they like us or do they hate us? I can't really remember. But we can use them to come upon the orcs from the other side, and we will do so. Catch them all by surprise and unawares.
Yes, my lord.
And Rohan, any changes down here? Aha, Mordor are moving in. I think we should prepare then. You can just be disbanded. We should prepare for the inevitability of taking them. You don't need these garrison sizes then, so I'm going to take you and you. Definitely all the Mokaini, the archers, the Mordag, the Enedwaith. Good little army, and then those three are going to stay there. But then you don't need a garrison of that size either. We can take 5 units. Yeah, we can take 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Your orders, my lord.
There we are. Shame about that 66 guardsmen though. Is there a better unit to replace them with? And backstory maybe. We've already got plenty. Nah, that should do. Right, and you go and hover around the edge to strike when the time's right. Do not let Mordor get that down. We will get it. The slow plod to victory. Oh dear, I can't believe Moria attacked us. They're already at war with Khazad-dûm. They've lost Khazad-dûm itself to Khazad-dûm. Then they're at war with the Northern Dunedain, and now they bring war with me as well. And I'm arguably the strongest power in these lands. Certainly in Western Middle-earth, and certainly in Eriador. So why on earth would they turn on me? They're just making an enemy of no one. I had no plans against Moria beforehand. Or maybe their exodus from Khazad-dûm has made them think we can't fight the dwarves, so let's try and take land from our nearby neighbour, who just so happens to be not defending their town very well. That's my only thought.
Your orders, my lord.
My lord. By your command.
Ah, hello, Moria.
Yes, my lord.
With honour, your will.
Oh, you can make it to Coloniac all the way. Yes, if you've got room for... Yeah, 2 more. I'll take your 2 javelins, please.
By your command.
Yeah, and we'll merge that army up together on the northern side there. You haven't got anyone in your fleet, have you? No. Right, troops coming up from the south? Aha, they're finally getting up here.
Your will, my lord.
Good. And we've got Captain Corell. Ah, yes, Chief and Donkaith and Saithach, conqueror of... Or Shithaich? Conqueror of Helm's Deep, the Hornburg. But we have got a lot of Moria forces running around, haven't we? So we're going to have to deal with that. Oh, Nagrad. Why would you do that? 510 we lost. He ran away closer to our army. I'm never going to turn that down.
Yes, my lord. Your orders, my lord.
Hello, Azrun. Oh, look at this. It's auto-resolve glory. 48 people were lost in that one. Jeez. And in Warhammer, I feel happy auto-resolving. I'm not bothered with it at all. But in DaC, it just feels so wrong to auto-resolve. It just feels like you're setting yourself up for failure every time you do it. It has an annoying habit of making even an absolutely certain victory into a, oh, are we going to win that? And it's just so frustrating. The auto-resolve has come on leaps and bounds, I think. It's still not perfect, of course it's not, but it's never going to be perfect. It's artificial intelligence. It's never going to be as intelligent as a human. But I do think that the auto-resolve is better in later games. A lot better. And I must confess that after having played Warhammer for some time, and Shogun before it, and Rome before that, Shogun 2 and Rome 2, I do prefer the automatic replenishing. I do. I think it's nice, and it takes away the burdensome and troublesome feature of having to constantly replenish your forces. And I appreciate it is less realistic, but I think it is important to be aware that realism is actually quite a turn-off in a lot of games. And there is always a small market of people that want realism, always. That is not in dispute. But that small market is just that, a small market. They do not represent the views of the main body of players. And you have to cater to the main body. Otherwise, you will never become a substantial game or mod or whatever. You've always got to cater to the bottom line, which a lot of people obviously really hate, and they dislike that. But it is something you have to be aware of. You have to know that's what games companies are going to do. They need to make money. Now, for mods, obviously, they just want to be popular. But mods, generally speaking, actually are just about the modder changing it in the way they want, and then uploading it for other people because other people might want that same thing. That's the core concept of a mod. But a game company needs to be profitable, and the automatic replenishing I actually think is a good idea. I know that that is not a widely held view, and it does absolutely lessen the importance of certain battles, and I shan't argue against that. And it definitely helps the AI more than it does the player, because the player can be more strategic with making sure their units don't get depleted. But I still stand by. I think it's a good idea. Alright, Chieftain Donkaith, you're ready. Head up to Austinville. You guys all come into Dunland, where we'll merge you and try and make an army out of what we've got. And if you just come stand on the bridge for now while we wait for the rest of the army to merge up.
Your orders,
No, bullshit. I might regret that, but we'll just merge them into a single army now. Oh dear, Fenris Drunen's under attack. Come on, Dunedain, do some bloody work. Why don't we send you straight through to Holland, actually, and try and sweep the rug out from underneath the orcs in one go? Aha!
Yes, my lord.
And, oh, ballsy. Oh, no, there's not enough Mordor forces there to make up for the amount of Rohirrim. I don't think. So, just keep standing by me on it. And we'll move in a moment. Some buildings have built. Some empire management is to be done. Oh, we can retrain something there. I don't know what that is. Might as well. You don't really need to bother with that. We're not going to be going to war with Mordor, so we can plan accordingly. Although that one actually gives a law bonus, doesn't it? And this one doesn't like us as much because it's a castle. So, oh, it's got a way station. That's an awful image for the way station, isn't it? It's rubbish. Oh, and destroying that has now made them actually hate me. Oh, there's our way station image. Ah, that's much nicer. The Rohan one's not very good then at all, is it? You can build some things. I didn't realise Ginyard hated us that much. Destruction of a single building, and then they're basically up in arms. But we can share the load. Edoras, send some of your troops to Ginyard. Quell the rebellion. Right here. What's Moria's plan now? Our army is kicking Moria left, right, and centre. Wherever they're trying to go, they're getting defeated. Not a day to be an orc or a goblin of the mountains, for they've stirred in us a great beast. A great fire has awoken that should cleanse the mountainside of all their filth. We may be allied to some of the orc filth, but that doesn't make our opinion of orcs any different. It's possible to have an ally for mutual benefit. Whether or not you like them or not doesn't really matter. But no, I shall stand by that we aren't turning on Isengard. We will get our provinces from Moria, and we will win through that. Hopefully we can get on Onodrith and claim Rohan's last region, and then our last few will come from Moria. And we'll see how we do. Oh, Darwinian's leader's dead. Another benefactor arrives.
Yes, my lord.
You're heading off. You're going to keep trying to kill them.
We shall an
Well done. And then come up. Oh, actually, if you go that way so that we're not trapped on the single bridge, that'll work. Captain Macbetha, you are all full armies. You're not going to merge with anyone anyway. So what could we want to take out of this? Some of this is fully developed, so you can go and follow the main army. Most of that, though, is just nothing, is it? They can't retrain. Oh, they can. Yeah, this is a good place to retrain. Yes. I keep forgetting that almost everywhere we take from Dunland is usable to us, because Dunland shares our culture, and it just keeps slipping my mind.
Yes, my lord.
Holland is still held by Moria, so we'll land and siege that.
Yes.
We'll knock on the door in Osnathil, and we'll cross the river there. We'll cross the river running. I don't think we will need a live stream for Enedwaith. I think another episode when we'll have it. We've got our 2 regions, and although Mordor did bugger off, although they've got a large army coming. No, we'll stay there for now. Speaking of Age of Empires, that's getting more news as well, isn't it? Age of Empires 4 looks interesting. Now remember, what we've seen of Age of Empires 4 is an alpha build only. So lots of things I think are going to change, but there are some real oddities in the visuals there. And I must say I'm not overly pleased that they've gone more for an Age of Empires 3 sort of visual design, where the buildings aren't really the right shape compared to the units. And what I mean by that is, when you build a building and then you stand an infantryman next to it, he has been enlarged in such a way that it looks like there's no way he would have been able to come out of that building. It's like the buildings all look like they are model buildings, not real buildings. People haven't lived in them. They're like 0.5% scale, or for example, 50% scale. Oh, Angmar's 2 leaders have died. Does that mean Angmar have died? Maybe. Oh, no, that's just relations. Very well. Isengard don't really know what to do with all this newfound strength, and they're just roaming around our lands, which isn't great.
Yes, my lord.
Our assault on Austin Thiel,
Your orders, my
and
lord. Yes, my lord.
our assault on Anon and Rod.
We shall engage.
Oh, and the Loudwater Fields isn't claimed, so that could be our 5th as well. Aha, we have purpose.
Honor.
We have purpose.
As you wish.
Oh, and there's a little army hovering around our capital. What do you think you're doing? Ah, they're all 2 turns. Yes, it's it. Well, we will train them all anyway. What the hell? We've got the money. Plenty of... Oh, the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm don't like me. And they declared war on my ally, didn't they? But
Yes, my lord.
what are you going to do? I think actually what we should do is swap those around. So
Yes,
Moonspeaker Tremak can go to Anon and Rod, and he'll move up to Loudwater Fields. What's the region called? Brunost. I thought so. Town of the Brunnen. And what else? Nothing happened there. We don't actually need that. We only need 3 regions. And Austin Hill, Anon and Rod, and Brunost would see us get those 3 regions. So we don't need to attack Rohan. But I think one more episode will actually probably do it. If I will end the episode after this end turn, I believe. And then I will win the game in the next one, I expect. We'll take Austin Hill, we'll take Anon and Rod, and we'll take Brunost. And for the first time in a very, very long time, we will win a DaC campaign on YouTube in the proper way. It'll be good. I don't know what my horse in the race would be for the next DaC campaign. As I say, we'll wait and see. The next campaign won't start for 2 weeks anyway, because next week will be Woodland Realm. So I'll wait and see if the new team members, if anything new comes out, and then I can potentially just do a faction that is massively altered by any changes that might come. But otherwise, I will put it to a vote. So watch this space for Enedwaith's replacement. Right, let's just do the final little bits and bobs of movement. You're going to move into there, although you won't be able to support them,
Yes,
actually.
my
So
lord.
that's almost irrelevant that you standing there.
Your orders,
And
my lord.
you're going to
Yes,
come
my
up and
lord.
hit Anon and Rod.
We shall engage.
And you're going to
Your
go off
orders, my lord.
and hit Brunost.
Yes.
Oh,
As you
Brunost has a
command.
large garrison.
We
That's going
shall
to need
prevail.
probably 2 armies. Oh,
Yes.
that's all their best units as well. Well, we shall see. But for now, that concludes. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. And until we speak again, dear friends, Nevair Neden Perimad Melonin, and farewell.